A very good evening. From stories around the world to stories here at home, this is the National News Broadcast. I'm Vidushni Sadish Kumar.
Good evening, I'm Lakshit Idrisingha, and to start off, we take a quick look at the top stories for tonight.
14.5 million doses of the Pfizer vaccine have been ordered as the third dose against COVID-19 disease. Several countries including the US and India decide to withdraw travel ban. Minister Dinesh Gunawardena informs the opinion of the Attorney General to the Special Committee, saying that the Provincial Council elections will have to be conducted through a new act. Super Bollywood star Salman Khan sings with Yohani. Chinese president says Taiwan will be added to his country.
On to those and other stories in detail. The State Pharmaceuticals Corporation has ordered 14.5 million doses of the Pfizer vaccine. State Minister Professor Channa Jayasumana says that these vaccines will be inoculated as the third dose for persons above the age of 20 years. Professor Channa Jayasumana said that an agreement has been reached to receive a further consignment of 14.5 million doses of the Pfizer vaccine. This will be used for the vaccination of the third dose on all above the age of 20 years. The Pfizer vaccine is hoped to be used as a booster dose. State Minister Professor Channa Jayasumana said that at the initial stages they hope to vaccinate the doses especially on adults with inherent diseases. The doses will also be administered on frontline health employees and security forces personnel. He added that they have already brought to the island 32,835,000 doses of vaccines. 100% of the total population above the age of 30 years has already been vaccinated. Two-thirds of the population between the ages of 20 and 30 years have also been vaccinated. The minister added that a further batch of 1 million Pfizer vaccines are scheduled to be received in the next 3 weeks for inoculation of students in the advanced level studies. He further said that another stock of 1.7 million doses of Pfizer vaccine is expected to arrive in the country by next month. The minister also said that the SPC has signed an agreement for the procurement of the Pfizer vaccine as the third dose.
එවැගේම ඉදිරිපෙළ සෞඛ්‍ය සේවකයන් තුන්වෙනි මාත්‍රාව ලබා දෙන්න ආරක්ෂක අංශවලයිට තුන්වෙනි මාත්‍රාව ලබා දෙන්න එවැගේම එන්නත් ලැබෙන අනුපිළිවෙල අනුව ක්‍රමානුකූලව අවුරුදු 20ට වැඩි සියලුම දෙනාට ෆයිසර් තුන්වෙනි මාත්‍රාව හැටියට ඉදිරි කාලයේදී ලබා දෙන්න අප සැලසුම් කරලා තියෙනවා. ඒත් එක්කම අපේ රටේ විශේෂයෙන්ම තරුණ ප්‍රජාව අතර ලොකු කතාබහක් තිබුණා සයිනෝෆාර්ම් එන්නත ලබාගෙන චීන නිෂ්පාදනයක් නිසා ඇමරිකාවට යන්න බෑ වගේ අදහසක්. ඒක නිසා ඇතම්ම එන්නත ලබා ගැනීමෙන් වැළකුණා. නමුත් ඊයේ දිනේදී ඇමරිකානු එක්සත් ජනපද සෞඛ්‍ය බලධාරීන් පැහැදිලි කිරීමක් කරලා තිබුණා. ලෝක සෞඛ්‍ය සංවිධානය විසින් අනුමත කරන ලද ඕනෑම COVID-19 එන්නතක් ලබාගත් කෙනෙක්ට ඇමරිකා එක්සත් ජනපදයට පිවිසෙන්න පුළුවන් කියලා.
Under the COVID vaccination program, 26,939,753 doses of vaccines have so far been inoculated. The number of those who have received the first dose is 14,684,749. Both doses have been vaccinated on 12,255,004. 141,149 doses of the vaccine have been administered yesterday. 542 COVID-19 patients have been identified today. Accordingly, the number of those currently undergoing treatment amounts to 32,554. 447 persons have been fully cured today. The total number of those who have fully recovered from the disease is 479,629. The Director General of Health Services has confirmed 29 COVID-19 related deaths yesterday. Out of this number, 23 persons were 60 years or above the age. There were 6 fatalities between the ages of 30 and 59 years. State Minister Diluk Mamunugama says plans are underway for full-scale bus and train services upon conclusion of inter-provincial travel restrictions on the 21st of this month. Schools in the western province of less than 200 students are scheduled to be reopened on the 21st of this month. Minister Keheli Rambukwella said that a decision has been taken to reopen O-level and advanced level classes in some of the schools in the western province. He added that the Ministers of Education and Health have conducted talks in this regard. He also said that prior to the opening of the schools, Shramadana campaigns are to be conducted to clean the schools with the participation of school development societies, relevant government officials, public representatives, parents, principals and teachers.
මව්පියන් මැදිහිටියන් හැටියට තමාගේ අනාගත පරම්පරාව වෙනුවෙන් තමන්ගේ දෙන සුළු දායකත්වයක් හැටියට අපි කියනවා.
The staff of the Colombo National Hospital has handed over a stock of items including medical equipment to the Avissavela District Hospital. Director of the National Hospital Services Council, Venerable Pandita Rajavelle Subhuti Nayakathera, has handed over the items to Director of the hospital, Dr. Aruna Sendanayaka. The equipment is valued at 4 million rupees. The donation has been made by Sri Lankan nationals in Australia, England, Canada and the United States.
A pilot project to vaccinate children of the ages of 18 and 19 years is scheduled to commence throughout the island from the 21st of this month.
After that, on 21st of this month, the vaccination program will be rolled out all over the country to vaccinate children and adolescents and young people from 19 years to downwards. I must say, College of Internal Physicians are also supporting this endeavor. They are taking the brunt of the activities to facilitate this event. Therefore, we would like to thank them as well. I have a pledge to the all people in this country to get your child vaccinated as soon as possible, according to the schedules provided by the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Health, to ensure the safety and health of your children. We are only giving one dose of Pfizer BioNTech vaccine, which will be given only as a single dose, and we will reevaluate the situation and new data coming from all over the world, and we will decide the timing of the second dose depending on the data availability, and that will go through the advisory committee on communicable diseases, and then we will decide the second dose. We will recommend the second dose of vaccine when the appropriate data and appropriate time comes. So I pledge all citizens of this country to get their children appropriate ages to come and get their vaccine. And I also would like to make a very sincere request from young people from 20 to 30 years. We know that some of you have still not received your vaccine. You can get your vaccine immediately as soon as possible. Please get yourself vaccinated, and please make sure that you are not your vaccination is not affected by the myths and misconceptions that is going on in most of the social media. Therefore, I very kindly request all of you to get yourself vaccinated and to ensure the health and prosperity of this country.
Well, deviating from COVID-19 update, it has been decided to increase the price of a packet of kilogram of milk powder by 250 rupees and the price of a 400-gram packet by 100 rupees. The price increases have been made by taking into consideration of the increase of a 1 metric ton of milk powder by $764 in comparison to the figure in December last year. State Minister of Agri-related Industries D.V. Herath says that they have spent $2,985 for 1 metric ton of milk powder. The price has now escalated to $3,749, which means an increase of $764. As a result, milk powder importers have requested the government a price increase. The State Minister further said that they have a dollar problem with the spread of the corona disease. The shipping charges have also gone up. He's also said that safeguarding of the consumer public is a duty of the government. Therefore, he added that steps have been taken to popularize consumption of liquid milk.
දෙන්න අපි උත්සුක වෙනවා. එතකොට පිටිමිල ඉහළ ගියත් අපිට පුළුවන් වුණොත් අපේ සමාජය තුළ දියර කිරි ප්‍රචලිත කරන්නට සුලභ කරන්න අපිට පුළුවන් පාරිභෝගිකයා නැවුම් එළකිරි භාවිතා කරන්න හුරු කරන්න. කිරිබිඩි කිලෝ එකක මිල රුපියල් 250කින්
Ashoka Bandara of the Milk Powder Importers Association said that the price of a kilogram of milk powder will be increased by 250 rupees. He added that they have agreed to this price upon consideration of the present situation in the country and the burdens confronted by the consumer public. The price of a 400-gram packet of milk powder will also be increased by 100 rupees.
Minister Dallas Alahaperuma says that the postal service should be renovated according to the busy modern-day consumer lifestyles. The minister was addressing a commemoration ceremony held in connection with the World Postal Day. Today marks the 147th World Postal Day. The theme of the year is Restoration through Innovation. The Postal Day was celebrated for the first time in the year 1969 at the UPU conference in Tokyo, Japan. It was on this day that the World Postal Day was officially declared to be on the 9th of October. The Dutch administration in the coastal districts of Sri Lanka had initially set up 5 post offices in the year 1798. Accordingly, Sri Lanka has a history of a postal service for more than 200 years. Minister Dallas Alahaperuma, who has arrived at the postal headquarters to commemorate the World Postal Day, has planted a sandal sapling in the premises. Handing over letters of appointment for postal assistants in the Central Mail Exchange has also taken place today. Souvenirs in appreciation of the services of representative services supply institutions have also been presented on this occasion. The staff of the Postal Department, who have contributed for an increase in the revenue of the department, were also felicitated. A group including Secretary to the Ministry of Mass Media, Jagat P. Vijayveera, has also attended the ceremony. Postmaster General Ranjit Ariratna has handed over to the Minister a commemoration souvenir. The plant quarantine centre at the Central Mail Exchange was also declared open today. Minister Mahindananda Alutgamage was among those who have attended the event.
Stamps of 3 denominations have been issued in connection with the World Postal Day. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa has presided over the event held in this connection. The ceremony took place at the Temple Trees today. A World Postal Day commemoration stamp, 1000 rupee stamp of the permanent category, and another stamp depicting birds inherent to Sri Lanka were issued. Minister of Mass Media Dallas Alahaperuma has presented the relevant first day covers to Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. The World Postal Day commemoration stamp has been designed to portray the fact that the local postal service is being implemented on the international scale in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic. The creator of this stamp has been artist Pulasti Ediriveera. The 1000 rupee permanent category stamp was designed by artist Isura Chaturanga. It is a linear drawing depicting the lion of Yapahoa. The other set of stamps portray a group of birds endemic to Sri Lanka, which include Alukadatta, Heen Kotturua, Vanakolas Patia, Pullivalli Avichya, Maharatu Kerala, and Badaratu Vahilihinia. Up to now, all these birds have not been represented in a local stamp. Artist Pulasti Ediriveera is also the designer of the bird stamp. Secretary to the Ministry of Mass Media Jagat P. Vijayveera and Postmaster General Ranjit Ariratna were also present on the occasion.
Minister Dinesh Gunawardena says that the opinion of the Attorney General regarding the holding of the Provincial Council poll has been that it could not be conducted without passing a new act. The Minister further points out that although it has become necessary to conduct Provincial Council polls for councils which have been functioning for a long time without public representatives, the lack of legal framework is the impediment to do so. The Minister has made these remarks when the Parliamentary Special Committee appointed to engage in necessary reforms in the legislations of the election and polling structure met at the Parliamentary Complex yesterday. MPs representing the committee have focused attention on the need to conduct the poll without delay. The Minister, as the chairman of the committee, said that the recommendations of the committee is a task entrusted upon the committee. The drafting of legislation is the task of the Parliament and the government. The names of the members of the Committee of Intellectuals appointed to analyse the proposals presented to the Special Committee was also convened today. There have been differences in opinion among members regarding the changes to be made on the local government, provincial councils and parliamentary voting systems. A committee has been named to prepare a report on the introduction of rules and regulations pertaining to the technical fields of blockchain technology and cryptocurrency in digital banking. The Cabinet of Ministers has granted approval to a cabinet paper submitted by Minister Namal Rajapaksa regarding the setting up of the committee. Minister Namal Rajapaksa will function as the project coordinator and advisor. Chairman of the committee is Sujeeva Mudalige. The other members are Viraj Dayaratna, Rajiva Bandarnayaka, Dharmasiri Kumaratunga, Jayantha Fernando, Sandun Hapugada, TPJ Amarasena and Milinda Rajapaksa. The members are specialists in the relevant field. The committee is entrusted with the task of proposing appropriate methodologies to identify the systems of money laundering, procurement of funds for terrorism and other criminal acts. The committee report is scheduled to be submitted to the Cabinet.
Rapidly popularizing song around the globe, the Manike Mage Hite was sung jointly by Yohani with Bollywood superstar Salman Khan at a mass media television concert in India. Yohani De Silva has achieved immense popularity through a series of concerts conducted in India. She took part in many famous TV programs and concerts, which included Weekend Kawa in the Big Boss 15 series. Salman Khan had a rehearsal with Yohani over the singing of the epic song.
You want to do the song with me?
Yeah.
Manike Mage Hite
Manike Mage Hite
Muduwe Nura Hangum
Hangover
Yavi
Yavi
Sihi Devi
Sri Devi
Ma
Ma
Hitalangama
Itilakama
Davatena
Davitina
Duanari
Turanari
Manahari
Malahari
Sukumali
Sukumari
Numbatama
In different ways?
Yeah, well, I think I've always done just things
Yohani has expressed her satisfaction over the participation in the Big Boss program. She has added that she extremely appreciates the response of the Indian music fans. Meanwhile, Yohani's latest song album was unveiled in the internet today. It has been named as Keller. India's #1 recording institute T-Series on Peta Effect are jointly engaged in the promotional activities in this regard.
In more stories, the Dehiwala Zoological Gardens has commenced a project to manufacture compost fertilizer using animal refuse. Marketing of the manure has already been undertaken. Members of the Dehiwala branch of the Podujana Sevaka Sangame of the Department of Zoological Gardens, Sri Lanka, have been instrumental in commencing the project. These workers re-engaged in manufacturing compost manure during their leisure. A farmer in Koggala amply demonstrates that a successful harvest could be reaped through application of organic fertilizer in a paddy cultivation of 1 acre of land. He further points out that a prosperous vegetable cultivation is also being maintained using organic fertilizer. A female farmer in Batapola Ambalangoda is also carrying out a bountiful vegetable and food cultivations through organic fertilizer. She is also responsible for the manufacturing of the required quantity of organic manure. Manjula Kirti Bandara of Unagaswevan Radhapura has also commenced a project to produce organic fertilizer. He is an agricultural research and production assistant affiliated to the Agrarian Services Office of Ihalapulliyankulama in Puttalam. Manjula has already manufactured around 700,000 kilos of organic manure.
The fifth stage of the project of the Sri Lanka Air Force to spray seeds from the air has taken place in Kabilitta, adjacent to the Yala National Wildlife Park recently. The objective of the program is to enhance reforestation in selected areas. The spraying of seeds has been conducted covering an extent of 75 acres in the Kabilitta Protectorate in Wattegama in Siemalanduwa Divisional Secretariat Division. An Mi-17 helicopter was engaged in dispersing nearly 80,000 seeds of plants including Asala, Mi, Karanda, Maila, Siembala, Kumbuk, Koon and Madathia. The Department of Wildlife Conservation and the Peradeniya University provide guidance for this special project. The Executive Agriculture Unit of the Sri Lanka Air Force is implementing the project.
With that, we now focus your attention on several development projects. The Dunuvila Lake in the Akurana Divisional Secretariat Division in Kandy is being constructed at a cost of 5 million rupees. Central Province Governor Lalit Yugamage has presided over the inauguration of the project recently. A library is being constructed in the Baudharthagama in the Lankapura Divisional Secretariat Division in Polonnaruwa. The building, equipped with latest technology, is to be built at a cost of 3.8 million rupees. State Minister Roshan Ranasinghe has participated in the commencement of the construction recently. 10 kilometers of roadway in the Baddegama Vanduraba Road in Gaul is being carpeted at a cost of 200 million rupees. Trade Minister Bandula Gunawardena has presided over the opening of a new Satosa branch in Haragama in Kandy today. A group including State Minister Diluk Amunugama has also attended the event. With that, And that's all the stories for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow at the very same time. Until then, stay safe and good night.
Good night.